spiritual grandpa, Brother Chapel. Anyhow, this morning we got a letter in the mail. I thought it was very important, so I want to make a recording about it. You know, in the beginning, how it all started was a frivolous lawsuit against Mrs. Collins, the owner of the company, and it was about a bad check. 3 bad checks, matter of fact. They had a check cashing business. This guy put in 3 bad checks. This Dale Fuller. So what happened? They sent it's a legal 10-day notice to get in touch to find out, what's going on. The checks came back, account closed. So it was predetermined what was going to happen when we got the checks. So then, on the record, it showed who he worked for. So when they came back with refused to cross the front of the check, the front of the envelope, came back to us, our only recourse was to go ahead and send a letter to where he worked, which is Charter Cable. They sent a letter to Charter Cable. Well, this fellow's daddy was an attorney, which he bragged about, so we knew that the checks would be good and all that, who was a friend of Judge Evans. So Attorney Fuller and Judge Evans said, well, we're going to get him. That's what had to happen, because a frivolous lawsuit of a man being charged for $5 million for receiving bad checks, not writing them, but receiving the bad checks. So anyhow, this is where it worked out. So what happened was it went to the Supreme Court, which very few cases are taken up by the Supreme Court of Alabama. But this was, 6 judges came down and made their ruling that they should have never gone to trial. It was a frivolous lawsuit, and they literally spanked the jury and the judge and the attorney for what they did. Now, since then, they didn't like to be verbally spanked. So they've been after the company, matter of fact, 3 different companies, and trying to break them. Now, we've tried our best to go through Alabama courts, civil courts, and it don't work because they're against us, because we're the ones that put the spotlight on them, like putting a spotlight on a roach. What to do? It runs and hides. However, today we got a letter in the mail. I want to show you the letter, and I'm going to have Nicole read the letter so that everybody knows what happened today. This is a godsend. We need help. The only way we're ever going to get it is federal help. We know that the local authorities are going to try to cover it over. So I'll let Nicole read the letter loud and clear.
All right, and it's from the Alabama Court of Civil Appeals. The case number is CL-2022-0647. Brother Chapel and J. Monroe Johnson versus Chris Bailey and Liberty Bank of Geraldine, Alabama, USA. Appeal from DeKalb Circuit Court, CV-21-16. Transfer order. You are hereby notified that the following action was taken in the above cause. Appeal transferred to Supreme Court of Alabama for lack of this court's appellate jurisdiction, and it's also signed by Nathan P. Wilson, which is the clerk.
This does give us a crack in the door, a little opening, a chance maybe for legal justice. We do need a defense fund, a legal defense fund. We need that. We need people to help us. We don't want to beg for anything. We're trying to do this out of our own pockets, but it's become too large for that. We need a federal attorney. Maybe somebody's child will tell their dad, who's a federal attorney, Dad, you ought to look into this. This is important. It is important. The whole future of this county and the state of Alabama hinges on the righteousness of the people that lead us. What are they doing? What's happened? Why is there so much corruption? you cannot advance or progress with corruption. You can't do it. It just won't happen. We need to clean things up. We've got a beautiful state. We've got a beautiful county here. We've got good people. We've got a lot of people that are not good. Let me just put it that way. We need help. We need help financially. We need help spiritually. We need help just to let us know you back us. And I'll always leave you my address, and you can get a pen and pencil if you can, and I'll give you the address, and I'll give you my phone number. My phone is off right now because we're recording, but it's always right here, or it's on my nightstand by my bed. I'll answer that phone 24/7. I'm so involved in this. I'm 95 years old. I got to do something good before I leave. And I think this is one good thing. If I can make this a better county, make the people within the county better people, make the state a better state. It may take the federal people to do this because the state people are of one mind. But the federals will come in and they will clean things up, I'm sure. And I'm so thankful we got this letter. It's our first ray of hope. Everything else has been turned down. For the lack of evidence, we no longer feel you have a case. We've gotten so many letters that way, it's sickening. This is the first letter that gives us a ray of hope. Please help us if you can. And if you got that pen and pencil, I'm ready to give you our address and then the phone number. The address is Spiritual Grandpa, 3173 Solitude Road.